Earlier I posted a video that contained a lot of quotes because I feel that anything that I could say on the subject of gun control and Second Amendment rights has been said more eloquently by others before. However, lest someone criticize me for not having a mind of my own, let me put it to you like this, straight from my own shriveled up, saltwater soaked little heart. The Second Amendment says, the right of the people shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. I believe that is unequivocal. And I have studied the Founding Fathers and read Madison, Jay, Hancock, Jefferson, Franklin, Washington, and I have also read the philosophers that influenced them, Locke, Milton, Voltaire. I've read British common law. I've studied the history of the early United States. And it is very clear to me, after reading the Federalist Papers, the Anti-Federalist Papers, and the writings of all these people, that when they said shall not be infringed, that is exactly what they meant. They did not intend that there would be any registration or licensing. They did not intend that there should be any restriction whatsoever on the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Clearly, they intended for every able-bodied American to have the right to be just as well armed as an infantry soldier in the contemporary army. And that means fully automatic weapons, grenade launchers, body armor. That means that the citizens have as much power as a standing army. They feared the standing army above all else, and if they could have, they would have provided that no standing army ever be raised. However, we have to recognize that in our modern world, a militia simply would not be adequate to the needs of defense. We have to have a well-trained, highly professional standing army in today's world. So, there is that. We also have to recognize that the problem is not law-abiding citizens owning firearms. The problem is criminals. In the 18th and 19th centuries, they were not nearly as squeamish about dealing with violent criminals as we are today. In my opinion, the American justice system is a farce. They failed the public miserably. What needs to be done is these people, violent criminals, repeat offenders, need to be taken off the streets and kept off the streets. And I believe in capital punishment for capital crimes. The society would be a lot less violent today if all able-bodied Americans were armed, and if capital criminals, violent felons, were dealt with without this squeamish, mussy, bleeding heart bullshit that's going on in our courts today. Years and years of endless appeals, turning people back out onto the streets after they've killed multiple times. This is not the way to run a peaceful, orderly society. And now that I've got that off my chest, I'm going to enjoy this cigar and splice the main brace.